So there's a famous quote that reads, "If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything." I'm a firm believer in that quote, in that whole entire sentiment. What it's speaking about is values. So first and foremost, what is a value? A value is pretty much what's most important in your life. Values are going to fuel your actions and your decisions. Super, super important when you talk about anything you do in life. What are your values and what do you stand on? So let's get into the 8 benefits of why having your values intact is so important. 1, you'll be able to make important decisions way quicker and way more efficiently. Say if you're offered a new job, right? And this new job pays you a lot more money, but it's gonna be a 2-hour commute, right? You're not gonna have weekends off. You're gonna have way less time with your friends and family. You're gonna have way less PTO days, but it makes a lot more money. Now, if your values are financial predominantly, you're apt to take that job without even thinking twice. If your values are more based with your family and spending time with them and quality time with your wife and your kids and being able to watch them grow and be with them on weekends and days you have off, you're probably gonna think twice about taking that job. That is the value. Your values will help you make decisions way quicker and way more efficiently. Because if I know what I value, I'm not gonna think twice and I'm not gonna let them dangle a dollar over my head just to get me to sign a paper if I know it doesn't align with my values deep down. Same with a record deal with artists, a contract. It's easy to say yeah to a certain amount of money. But if you read the contract, if you got a lawyer, if it goes against your values, you're gonna have to give up creative control, or you're gonna have to do this or do that. It's not gonna work. Tim Duncan, when he was, I think he was about to sign with Orlando or something way back in the day. I think he wanted his wife or somebody to travel with him on the team plane. They said no. He didn't sign because his values said no. I need this family member to travel with me on away games. That's how it goes. 2, relationships are way easier to navigate. I'm not saying it's gonna be all peaches and roses and rabbits and all that, butterflies and all that. It ain't never gonna be all that after the honeymoon period. But let's be honest. If you're clear about your values, there's certain things you're willing to accept or not accept. Certain things are gonna be deal breakers. Let's talk about myself, right? I'm in the gym all the time, 5-6 days a week. I keep my body right. If y'all see me, y'all know what I'm looking like out here. Ladies, y'all know what I'm looking like out here. I take that very seriously. And it's not just because of what it looks like, but it's because I value longevity. I value energy and being able to navigate and attack life in the way I want to. Sometimes it takes late nights and early mornings. I like to be equipped for that. So I eat really healthy and I train for life. I don't train just for what it looks like. I train for life. That's one of my values. And also diabetes runs in my family. I don't want to deal with that. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't even control it. So I don't want to deal with that. Because I value that, I can never date a woman that doesn't have the same type of values in that regard. She don't have to be the Incredible Hulk, because let's keep it a buck. I like my women to feel like women, nice and soft and I like that, supple, real feminine. But she gotta value her health and fitness. She gotta be working out too. We ain't just all out of shape and drinking a bunch of Pepsi and eating Slim Jims all every day and drinking Henny and Flamin' Hot Cheetos and all that. Nah, we're not doing that. For somebody who may value religion, right? If you go to church every Sunday and that's very important to you, if you're a woman or man, if it's very important to you, it's probably gonna be hard to date somebody who doesn't feel the same way that you do, who doesn't share those same beliefs or take that part of your life as seriously as you do. Doesn't mean you're completely incompatible, but it means it's gonna be harder for y'all to come to a common ground. So if I'm clear about my values, I'm gonna be less willing to accept BS and nonsense or things that I just don't agree with or that don't sit right with me. Number 3, life overall is just way less stressful when you have your values intact. A lot of people, we tend to overthink how many tasks we have to do, right? We got this going on, that going on, that going on. And at times, these different tasks are competing with our time, right? But then there's an emotional conflict between certain activities that makes us feel like we have even less time. We're more time crunched, even though we have the same amount of time, right? Because we don't know where our values lie. So there may be some guilt. If you spend time doing one thing to not do the other thing, there may be some guilt if you feel like that other thing should be more important to you, but it's not, right? You're unclear about your values. If you're clear about your values, you'll understand that where you spend your time should be your main priorities and where your values lie. Where do you see yourself going? What path do you want to follow? Your actions will start to align with those values, and it's going to propel you in the right direction towards your goals and towards whatever you deem as most important in your life. Number 4, it improves your confidence. I can't reiterate this enough. It's so important to know yourself, all right? Confidence is so important in anything you do in life, okay? When you're firm in your values and your beliefs, you're way less susceptible to outside pressures to try to make you be something you're not. What that means is you're more confident in who you genuinely are because you're not worried about what everybody thinks about it or who's gonna judge you for being this way. Y'all know me, I say this all the time. I don't party. I hate being in clubs. I hate being at bars. I hate being around drunk people that can't stand straight. I mean, you smell like alcohol and all that, leaning on me. Get off my shoulder, man. Y'all know I hate that. I just posted, I hate when they swag surf and grab my shoulder. I don't want you touching me, bro. I'd rather be in the house alone. Therefore, when people look at me like I'm crazy because I don't want to go out and party, I don't want to drink or smoke, I don't mind. I'm not losing any identity. I'm not losing any type of confidence because somebody thinks it's weird. Because since I have my values intact, what I value is solitude and peace and not being in the mix. Therefore, I'm fully confident in that. So can't nobody sway me otherwise. When you get your values intact, you can be way more confident in being who you genuinely are without worrying about pressure from other people to be what they think you should be. Number 5, when you have your values intact, you are way more likely to influence positive change and have people to buy into your cause. Whatever you're trying to do, you're trying to influence people, right? Everything is persuasion. Everything in life is a negotiation. I don't care if it's a job interview. I don't care if you're, myself as a musician, you're trying to gain fans, right? As a football player, you're trying to gain the attention of coaches. Everything is a negotiation. When you have your values intact, people are way more willing to buy into your cause. Okay, so say if you have a team you're leading, right? If I don't know what makes the next man tick, if I don't know what his why is, if I don't know what wakes him up in the morning or why he goes so hard for what he wants, we are always going to have some type of chasm between us that's not going to allow us to get to that next level of communication to where I'm willing to help him out because now I understand. I understand why you go so hard, bro. Like in college, right? Shout out to Trent Sherfield, one of the hardest workers I've ever met in my life. Yo, in the receiver room, we would have these conversations. Shout out to Coach Hankton, all our receiver coaches. We would have these conversations where we talk about life. We talk about our realities and where we come from and what our why is, you know? That's so important. What is your why? Your why is right in line with your values. So shout out to Trent. I knew where Trent was coming from. He got it out the mud, and I knew for him, this is like life or death. This is everything. My family's relying on me. My family deserves the best of me. So guess what? Every day I'm gonna give the best of me. I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm catching 100 jumps. I'm doing this. I'm running routes at the practice. I'm doing extra work. No matter if we win or lose, I know it makes my teammates tick. People are gonna buy into your cause if they understand where you're coming from. If you just go in front of somebody and say, "Do what I say," who wants to buy into that? I don't. I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. Why should I listen to you? Why should I follow or listen or believe what you say? I have no skin in the game. Be clear about your values, man, if you want to influence change and have people to buy into your cause willingly, not by force, not by manipulation. Not only will they buy into your cause, but you're also able to better handle conflict with these people because you know some of their triggers. You know, oh, maybe I got to talk to this person a certain way in order to get a certain message across. You're better able to tailor your message to the given party because you understand where they come from. You understand what makes them tick, what their triggers are, what's going to throw them off, what's going to keep them centered. You understand that you can have these tough combos and push through adversity way easier because you understand each other. Number 6, your life, your mind will be way less cluttered. So if you know what's really, really important, you know deep down what's really important. It goes hand in hand with all the other ones. If you truly know what's important, it's so much easier to get rid of things that aren't. It's so much easier. You know, for me, certain things, once again, partying is not important to me. It's not hard for me to not party. When I stopped drinking completely, I wasn't an avid drinker anyway, but when I stopped drinking completely, it wasn't hard for me to stop. You know why? Because my values said, oh, I prefer this version of me than the one that depends on the drink for an escape. So when your values are intact, I care about music. I do it every day. I care about keeping my body right. I'm in the gym every day. It's not hard for me to say no to fast food. Now, do I indulge here and there? Of course. I do my cheat meals, but on a grand scale, it's not hard for me to say no to unhealthy foods because I value my body and keeping myself in tip-top shape all year round. It's that simple. It's going to be easier to become more minimalistic. Cut out all that nonsense, that extra fat, and just focus on what's important. Way less mental clutter, bro, every single time. Number 7, it helps you maintain poise in difficult situations. This one is more in line with who do you want to be, or what kind of integrity would you like to have? Do you want to continue to be the kind of person that you portray yourself to be? Let's say somebody's coming at you in an aggressive manner, right? Calling you names, talking crazy, doing whatever, getting loud in your face and all that. Human nature for most of us is going to be to react impulsively. I'm getting violent back. I'm getting aggressive back. I'm getting loud back, right? That's natural. Self-defense, we don't just turn the other cheek. I don't know if where y'all from, y'all probably don't do that either, but I know we don't just turn the other cheek. No, we handle business, right? Understand this though. If my values say I'm a man of poise, if my values say I would like to be stoic, I would like to be unwavering in the face of adversity or unwavering in the face of turmoil so I can better lead my family and the people that look up to me. I would love to be the calm in the storm and be a rock. If my values say I want to be that, I'm going to think twice about my actions. I'm going to sit and think, well, okay, the version of Curtis that's stoic, the version of Curtis that's able to withstand turmoil and not lose his mind, what would he do right now? I'm way more likely to just walk away or find a way out of the situation, diffuse it, without allowing my ego to make me want to react and dominate somebody else simply because I felt disrespected or I felt threatened or something in some way. You're going to think twice about things you do if they don't align with that person that you would love to be. And number 8, to wrap it all up, you're going to achieve better results if you have your values intact. It's the same as decluttering your life, decluttering your mind, less stress, all of this. Better able to influence and incite change if you can focus on what's important. Like I said, when you declutter your life, when you're clear about what you really care about, what really matters to you, and you put all your energy into those things, naturally you're going to have better results. That's a natural byproduct. It's not even something you have to be conscious of. You're just going to see the results. You're going to see progress. It doesn't always have to be reflected in a bunch of numbers and metrics, but you're going to see progress from yourself. You can look in the mirror and tell if you've made progress or not. You can look in your eyes and see if you've gotten better or not. As a person or in any craft or anything, trade, whatever it is, school, you're going to be able to tell if you got better or not. So when you're distracted with all these things that don't matter, this gossip, who said that, who's messing with who messing with who now. When you get all of that out your way and just focus on what really matters to you, you're going to see so much better results and positivity and so much more progress, even just internally, because you've cut out all of that nonsense and that extra fat once again. So please, if you want to see better results, be clear about what your values are and stand on them. All in all, it's about your purpose. You know, purpose is knowing why you're here. What are you here to do on the earth? Why did God put you here? Or if you don't believe in God, why were you born into this earth, right? If you don't know what's important to you and what truly matters deep down, it's going to be very hard for you to know what you truly want. What is your soul calling out for? What is your spirit longing for, longing to achieve, longing to impact on this world? If you're not clear about what you really care about, you'll never know what your soul's calling out for, what type of impact it wants to make. We gotta get that straight. So I have an activity real quick for y'all. Piece of paper, pen, you can do it on your phone. Make a big list of values, right? Love, relationships, I don't know, money, health, fitness, longevity, self-improvement, finances, career, whatever it is, right? And make a big list. Write as many as you want. It don't even gotta be something that applies directly. Just write a big list. After that, I want you to go through and circle the ones that mean the most to you and cross out the ones that are kind of like, you're kind of iffy about. There's no judgment. It doesn't matter what you choose. This is all self-assessment so you can better navigate your life. Once you get a list, let's say 10 or 15 ones that are really important, now you have a baseline of knowing what makes you tick. You have a baseline of knowing what your why is, why you act the way you do, why you move the way you do, why you work, hustle the way you do. You understand yourself better, so you're better able to navigate any situation that you're presented with. Doesn't matter what it is. Granted, these are fluid. Values can change over time. There's things I valued 10 years ago that I don't care about now. Stay in tune with them. Understand what they are, and if they change, be honest about it. And dive into the ones that change. Life is going to be so much smoother and so much easier for you. It's going to make way more sense. That's all I got for y'all, man. Stay up.